Isn't it extraordinary, though, that a party which says we're going to institute this as a means of having discussions, consultation, getting the opinions of Indigenous Australians, but they abolished the cashless debit card without any consultation with the affected communities. And I think, as you said and I've said, despite the objection of at least some Indigenous leaders.
Exactly right, Alan. And I'm not saying that the cashless debit card was a panacea,
no,
but it was an important part of trying to ensure that in these remote places, the money that taxpayers provide to people on benefits is properly spent. Now, the money that's being given to people who are on benefits should be spent largely on the necessities of life. That's what the cashless debit card was all about. And frankly, it was wrong of a government that was determined to listen to Aboriginal people via this voice, not to listen to the Aboriginal people on the ground who said, well, hang on a minute. This is not actually going to help us.
And let's have some discussion. Just before we go, I mean, one of the things that you made in the piece you wrote was this point about separatism, that this would institute a sense of separatism, not only in the Constitution, but in the community at large. Now, if I just ask this one before we go, I mean, if I go to your home, you are likely to welcome me in, confirmation of the fact that I'm entering something that's not mine, it belongs to you, and you will say, welcome, Alan, come in. So when before the opera or the state of origin or indeed anything, we have an Indigenous Australian offering a welcome to country, isn't that telling us we're not the owners of this land? You know, you don't belong here. You don't own the land. You're here as a result of the indulgence offered to us by Indigenous Australia. That is the kind of separatism we can do without.
Look, Alan, I understand the point that you're making. I think that most of the time these acknowledgements of country are an act of politeness by the people who are making them. They're an expression, if you like, of regret on the part of today's Australians at what so many people see as past dispossession. But in the end, this country belongs to all of us now. It might once have been Wiradjuri Country, or it might once have been Yeora Country, but it really belongs to all of us now. And so I can understand why a lot of people feel a little uncomfortable at the prevalence of these acknowledgements of country, as if it belongs to some of us as opposed to all of us.
And just before you go then, are they asking us to vote yes or no on what we know now? How do we vote?
Well, I hope the government will decide not to put this to the people, because I suspect it will go down. And the last thing I would like is to see something that a lot of Indigenous people have invested in defeated. I think we can do better when it comes to constitutional recognition than this voice proposal. And the idea that I was attracted to was putting in the preamble to the Constitution a statement that, yes, we are one indissoluble federal commonwealth under the Crown, and this would be the addition, a nation with an Indigenous heritage, a British foundation, and an immigrant character, because it's unarguably true that we do have all those three things, and there's something for everyone in that.